Good evening, everybody. That is right, you are listening to Phantom Radio. My name is Owen, and I'm joined by...
Ethan.
You're listening to Film Talk, to be specific. I thought we'd actually sorted out these lights, that they were just going to be purple, because I only just spotted them. But no, they are going to consistently change all show. Anyway, we have quite a show for you today. We have some special guests, which we'll introduce to you later, but... we are going to jump straight into the news so that they don't have to sit through it for that long. So, Ethan, what have you... Is it Empire that we...
Yeah, I still Empire.
What have you and Empire got for us this week?
Not a whole lot of stuff going on at the moment. However, we have had another Wicked trailer in terms of Ariana Grande and Cynthia... I think her surname's pronounced Erivo, going to Oz with this new Wicked film, which I have very mixed feelings about, I'm not gonna lie. And the other is that Cameron Diaz returns after 10 years away, starring in a Netflix comedy with Jamie Foxx, which looks fairly interesting in terms of her being back in acting and such. But that's pretty much all that I've got at the moment. Lots of updates on current projects.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you saw, but it is Minecraft's birthday, and Jack Black did an ad with Jason Momoa, and it was actually really funny. So I'm kind of curious as to how that film's going to go when that comes out next year.
Well, that's good. Nice and quick news segment today.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, with that, we may as well not even go into the sort of music break that I'd originally said we were going to do here to our special guests today. We're going to bring up a bit of music. So that it's not...
Get your lo-fi going.
Yeah, get the lo-fi music going. So that it's not entirely boring for everyone at home, you know? But firstly, hello to the stream as well. I had you muted because we're not a perfect show as much as we wanted to be today. We've already managed to mess that one up. But hello stream. Welcome to Film Talk. You know what the deal is. You've seen it before. But this week we are joined by two very special guests. I'm going to find the camera that we're looking for. There we go. And our guests are, as you can see here, we are joined by Oscar and Owen, who I can just about point to. This is Oscar, and this is Owen. If you'd like to introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Oscar. I'm a third-year theatre arts student, and that's the only interesting thing about me.
Good.
Yeah. My name's Owen, but I'm a third-year theatre arts student as well.
Yeah. I've known you two for a while. Oscar more than Owen, unfortunately. But this is the first...
Is it?
This is the first time that Ethan has met either of you.
Yeah, it is.
So this is going to be a fun show.
Who for?
Me. So I just get to watch the carnage unfold. It's great for me. But now that we've done that, I am actually going to take us into the music break. We're still going to be on stream. We're just not going to be on radio. That's how this break works.
Right, okay.
Yeah, the stream can still hear and see us. It's just radio that can't.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So, hello radio. If you'd like some bonus content from the four of us today, pop over to YouTube, find Phantom Media, and we are streaming right now. And you'll keep to... Yeah. You know?
Have a stroke.
I didn't have a stroke, honestly. I died halfway through that sentence. You'll be able to keep listening to this lo-fi music. But if you want to continue listening to the radio, you can, and you will hear a bit of the Beach Boys with Good Vibrations. Here we go. Hello, stream. It's now just us.
Yeah, it's just stream.
It's just stream now.
Got those back in my head.
Is this the first time you two have been in the studio before? Have you guys done
I've
stuff
been in
alone
once
before?
last year,
Okay.
but that's it. First time for him.
Yeah,
definitely.
first time for me.
Were you also wrangled in by Owen?
I think both times I actually specifically asked to come in.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's not too bad.
I'm pretty sure.
Oscar's big on self-promotion.
Yeah, that's fair. I did. when I got told why you guys were coming in, I was like, cheeky self-plug. Yeah, that's what's happening.
Yeah.
Like, so
Absolutely.
very
Yeah.
fair.
It's got to be done.
Oh, absolutely should be.
Get that extra credit from my lecturer.
Yeah,
Get
exactly.
some promo work.
But yeah, you guys don't know. Well, I don't know if you can see this screen over here
Literally, like, a little bit.
a little bit.
Back to your-
So this is the look that we're going for right now.
The stream see.
We
Wow.
And I'm
Yeah.
already a
Actually.
funny colour again, as
yeah,
per usual.
as always.
Look at that.
I don't even know how that's happened.
How on earth is that getting me there? It's literally pointing at Owen. It's
Yeah.
just wide
It's just a really wide
Yeah,
camera.
lens.
Old lens.
Like, because if you think about it, mine is like literally I could touch it with my fingers, kind of
And
thing.
it's gotten that entire
and it's
back
got
half of the room.
all of this
Yeah.
in shot.
Very cool.
Like you can see your camera in my camera. That's how good it is. But yeah, usually when it's just the two of us, we crop it down so that it's like we take up more of the
so it's not so
screen.
bad.
But given that there's all four of us, we just the whole studio is in view.
Fair enough.
And then this camera here is operational but not quite fully, basically.
It sort of works.
Kind of works. You have to.
Like most
we-
of the equipment we
We
own.
don't have an extra cable, basically. Stream, you can see it here. We don't have an extra cable to plug it in, basically.
Right.
So it works, except for the fact it doesn't.
Cool. Yeah.
But yeah.
first.
Have we got any song requests for the rest of the show, by the way?
Oh, it's a good shout, actually. To be honest, let's have a little look through the Spotify.
Ooh.
I know that you're limited on what
We're-
music you've got.
Yeah.
How much Hosier have you got?
I can find out now. We have got 4 songs.
And they are.
Someone New,
Yeah.
Almost, Take Me to Church, Too Sweet.
Go on then. We'll go with the trends. Put on Too Sweet later on.
Cool. That'll be literally the next song.
Would
So-
definitely recommend you get some more Hosier though.
Yeah.
There's so much music we just don't have. But like we've been
Yeah.
through the catalogs. Like, why do we not have these things?
You've actually also reminded me to go and download an extra song. Hold on, I've got to go check that we've not already downloaded it.
You looking
No.
for the song of the week?
Yes. Of course I am.
I think that's meant to be that way.
Oh my. You're not even
You've managed to turn it all the way around.
Oh, there
Oh,
we
you-
go.
oh,
Genuinely thought I
Hold
broke
on,
it.
gang. We're back on now. That is right. You are listening to Phantom Radio, and we are joined today by Owen. Owen, not Owen. Owen is over here,
Actively looked
and
at the wrong person.
Oscar.
It's going really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we did actually skip over a bit that we usually do at the beginning of our show, which is asking everyone how they're doing. You know, just having a general catch up.
That's so nice of you.
Exactly. So we'll start off over here with Ethan. How are you doing, Ethan?
Tired, as usual.
Yeah.
Every week I tell you I'm tired, and every week you ask why, and every week I tell you moving in uni, and that's it. Like,
Yeah. Recently, obviously, you've had the good news of finding the flat.
I have.
And I've done a little bit of journalism about it. Ethan has recently also had the good news of having a mattress
Yeah,
delivered.
it took so long to arrive. Like, you have no idea. I've been waiting on it for like literally weeks. I hate these companies so much, but this is why I gave myself such a big layover between moving out of my old place and moving into the new one. I've got a fridge freezer arriving on Thursday, and Amazon are bringing it all the way up 3 floors. My mum
my.
has paid them to bring it up to the flat, so
That's an option.
yeah, it is. With big white goods, you can get Amazon to pay to unpack it, take your old one away, the lot.
Wow.
I just think it would be really funny because Owen, as someone who's been in the flat building, those stairs are not fun, so it's going to be quite entertaining watching these Amazon people
Yeah,
bring that up to
fair
my
enough.
flat.
Fair enough.
Then we will move over to Owen.
Well,
You almost got stuck again.
I did. I was deciding which one to go to, honestly. Owen, what's going on? What's the haps in your life? Obviously we've heard the news of your flat losing power.
Oh my gosh. I only just came home yesterday and I was only around about 9. And I'm wondering why the entire building is not lit up, and Oscar was at home at the time. So as soon as I'm trying to get through to my flat, I was like, okay, I go to my flat room door. And obviously we have our own fob, don't we? And I try open it, it just clips red. I was like, what on earth's going on here? Just the whole building's dark. I go to the reception, we find out the whole electricity has gone out for the building. So we're not able to cook anymore, and the worst thing about it is our fridges are not on anymore. Yeah. So we've lost all our food.
No. Literally, I got home today from home, and it was the first thing I checked. I was like, oh, for God's sake. I had like frozen fruit in there, ice cubes, loads of stuff in my freezer, all gone and squishy. It was gross. Like, I had a look in my chicken nugget bag, and I was like, they do not look like chicken nuggets anymore. And like my milk was like, it's got like a day or two left before it was meant to go off. Anyway, that's gone all gross. So that's gone in the bin. I didn't even bother checking the fucking Greek yogurts and stuff, but
gosh.
To everyone listening, I apologise for Oscar's language there.
I didn't realise. Did you just
swear on air? Yeah,
it's
shocking.
It's a habit that I really do need to kick. But being from Yorkshire, it's hard to kick it.
We did a really late radio session once, and I did the same thing, and I just kind of was like, oh, I'm too tired. Like, the filter's gone. I'm sorry.
To be fair, I'm surprised it's taken me this long to actually. Like,
it's actually quite
yeah. Like you did it on the stream, which is like perfectly fine. I've like no beef with it, but it's it's when it gets on radio. There isn't actually a problem with it. I'm the one who's decided we're not allowed to swear on the radio because we're an internet radio station. We're not confined to the set rules of an FM radio station. So it's whatever I as the station manager decide.
Boss.
So
yeah, sorry, my bad.
No, it's all okay. It's all okay. You're new to this, you know.
It's fine. Owen's just spat on me pretty much. You're forgiven.
I literally just started.
But yeah, Oscar, we've kind of touched on it. You live in the same sort of complex as Owen. You've also lost power, but you were away for the weekend.
I was, yeah. I was.
What have you been up to?
Well, one of my cousins from the US came over. I haven't seen him in like well over a year. So I was like proper busy on Saturday, and my sister messaged me a few days ago and was like, "What are you doing?" And I was meant to be going to a party Saturday evening, which is why I was working Saturday day.
Yeah. And
then I went, actually, I haven't seen my cousin in ages, so this is probably like a good enough reason to not go to this party. So I was like, cool, come down to Derby, sit in the bath until I finish my shift. Then we went for some Nando's, and then I drove us all home because we live over up in Leeds. So yeah, just basically been spending time with my cousin and stuff like that. We did some clay pigeon shooting yesterday, watched a bit of football. We watched the Tyson Fury fight on Saturday. Just been like super chill. Did a barbecue yesterday. Well, tried to do a barbecue. My dad's barbecuing skills are
shocking.
Questionable. Just
we were there, and it's got like a temperature thing on it. And to cook it, it was meant to be at like 400 degrees or something like that. And it got to 150, and then it got really, really cold. It went all the way back down to 100. So it never actually got to temperature until after we started eating.
Nice.
We took everything off, and it went to 400, and we were like, great.
Yeah.
This is super. But to be fair to him, took ages because it was slow cooking, but it was nice. So
nice. Oh, we're blasting through this show.
how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing well. I have officially I've finished uni for the year. Handed my final assignment in Friday at 11:30 in the morning ish. It wasn't
Due in half an hour later.
no. So I had 2 assignments due on that Friday. One of them was midday. One of them was 4:00. But I was coming up here to interview for the future head of Phantom Live.
Yes.
So I was like, I'm gonna make sure I get my assignments done and handed in before I go and like interview anyone, because then I can basically just enjoy my time afterwards. I have a really bad habit of, once I leave the house and like come to uni and whatnot, getting distracted by literally everything. Me and Oscar ended up walking up here, just because I'd seen him. I'd seen these two walking from the theatre to their flat, and me and Oscar ended up walking up to Kettleston, just for fun, you know.
I thought it was meant to be going up to Ked. Turns out I was only meant to be at
Britmill.
So, what a waste of half an hour.
I'm glad so it's not just me that's dragged out on random adventures by Owen. Because you and I finished radio and then basically like sped walked into town so you can pick up like 2 good to go bags and things like that. And it's like, I'll come on the adventure then. That's
very
fine.
on brand.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm doing well. I have got an interview on Wednesday.
Well done.
For a new job. It's the one that I've been like stressing about for weeks. I got that text Thursday night. We'd been sat waiting for your mattress to come, for it to never to come. It
arrived the following day and I had to carry it up the stairs.
Yeah. Whilst we were waiting for the mattress, I got a text from the assistant manager of the place, going, "Hey, how do you feel about an interview at 6:30? Actually, let's make that 4:30 on Wednesday." And I was like, "Yeah, sure, sounds great, perfect."
How you feeling about it? You've been back and forwards about this for weeks.
I'm terrified of it, but also I'm really calm about it for no reason, and it could go either way.
Okay.
I'm gonna go in there, hope I get it. If I don't get it, it's not the end of the world, kind of thing. You know, like whoever gets it will be the best candidate for getting it. You know, so yeah, I'm not that stressed about it. But I'm slightly stressed about it, just a little bit, very. Anyway, we're gonna jump into a song, and Oscar is going to introduce this one.
This is Too Sweet by Hosier.
Wonderful. Is that your first song introduction? Did you do any last time?
I'm pretty sure I did one last year, but I can't remember what it was.
Fair enough. We will never find out. Yes, let's go into it.
Yeah. What I did last year definitely did not go well.
But yeah, we're now just on stream again. Hello, stream. How are you doing? Have we got anything in the chat? Have we actually got any viewers? Is probably a good question. YouTube. Let's go.
See, your assistant's not here to monitor it, which is what usually happens. Is we have somebody who comes and sits in the other studio with it, but they're working today, I think, because I saw them earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Right, that makes more sense.
We have one person watching.
What, the stream?
Yeah. Hello, one person.
Is that what their name is? One person.
Yeah, their name is one person.
What is that, Spanish?
So you gotta be careful there.
I think I'll take
A whiskey neat. Actually, this song really frustrates me.
Why?
Go on.
Specifically, just in the form of there's this one person who makes like TikToks and stuff off of it, and he does it. It's just the worst cover ever. Like, he's awful, and it's auto-tuned so much.
That was like a huge thing.
Yeah.
Them ones who like used to sit in the kitchen or like the parking lots and stuff, and they would auto-tune it to the max, and they all got called out for it, so now they don't do it anymore. Like, they still kind of post the videos, but they don't use auto-tune anymore, and you can really tell the difference. Yeah. And it's like, oh, that's so embarrassing.
The worst bit about this guy is he does it, and then he'll get called out for it, and go, well, someone will comment going, "Oh, and now do it without auto-tune," and he'll post the same audio and just pretend it's not auto-tuned at all, but it's like very clearly auto-tuned. Right. Like, there's no way that someone's voice.
Do you know what other
like
song
that
really annoys me? And I love it. I think it's a really good song, but Stick Season really annoys me because obviously, like in the chorus, the lyrics are like, "Saw your mum and she forgot that I exist." He doesn't say "saw your mum." That's what he's meant to say.
Yeah.
But he adds like a weird little like cuss sound in between, so it almost sounds like he's saying "suck your mum."
Yeah.
And it really annoys me. And like loads of people didn't notice this, and I was speaking to sort of like my partner the other day about it, and I went, "Have you ever noticed this?" She was like, "No." So I played it, and I went, "You're gonna listen to this, and it's gonna annoy you for the rest of your days, like it does me." And she was like, "No, you're lying," and then heard it and was like, "Oh." It's really...
You will share in my misery.
It's really frustrated me, and I've been so quiet about it for so long, I had to share it with someone, and now I've shared it with more.
I get like that whenever I like watch films or notice things. I'm like, I'm gonna harass somebody else with the knowledge someone else will be burdened. Like all of the communication between me and my mum, who lives in Kent, so like literally the other end of the country.
Oh, my
the
mum's
only
parents live in Kent.
communication that we have at the moment is me going, "Here are all the continuity errors I've spotted in Criminal Minds. Here are continuity errors I'm noticing in Buffy the Vampire Slayer." She's like, "Get a life." And I'm like, "No, look at."
It's so
that's
important.
a boom mic. Look at it. And she's like, "Okay, yeah, I'd tell my students off for that." She teaches film, so she sees something. She's like, "That's appalling."
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Some of them are shocking, to be fair. I've seen some
The
of the
boom
ones.
mic one I sent you.
They're awful. Like there's no even like defending it kind
There's
of
like
thing.
you'd get called out at a secondary school sixth form level of film for doing some of the mistakes that I've seen. It's really
Thing
bad.
is, as much as I'd blame the boom op, yes. Also, I blame the editor for not spotting it, not going, "Hey, there's a problem there," and not attempting to fix it.
Surely you could just like, if
'Cause-
it's like just about like in the edge.
Oh no, it's fully,
No, it
fully
was
there,
like-
like in a
Really?
shadow. It's really bad.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's like you
no.
can't see the microphone itself, which is why no one will have spotted it.
This is Ray Go.
Yeah, it is.
Whoa,
Yeah,
go on, Ray. On Phantom Radio mascot.
yeah,
Which one's this?
yeah. Wonder.
Wonder. You should get. Have you got Walking Through Dirt?
Probably not.
Walking Through Dirt's a brilliant song.
Walking through dirt.
Yeah. I'll say one thing, hay fever's not treating me well today.
Are you being attacked by the pollen?
Yeah. I want to get one of
Allergic
those
to grass?
injections. I've heard about these injections you can get, even though it's only temporary.
Oh, what, you get it every so often?
Yeah, it's like one of my cousins gets it like at the beginning of summer, and apparently it does work pretty well.
I guess it depends on the person, doesn't it? Like, as to
Yeah.
how...
I've just seen Ethan's camera. It's awful.
It is, it's always really bad.
shocking.
It is, it's
Like,
always really bad.
You are changing with the lights.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Like, it's really
Oh, but
bad,
that's
that.
changing colour now.
Yeah.
Oh, no, well, it's staying green.
No, they keep going. They go green, and then they go blue,
Yeah,
and then
they do change.
purple.
That is the photo of the boom mic, by the way.
Like, it's
That's so bad. That is the boom mic.
Oh
So-
my days.
That's important.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, this is Criminal Minds. This isn't like some small...
This is like a big time.
It's a big time TV
Chicken in.
show.
so.
Now the funniest continuity ones are when there's like someone was wearing like a checkered flannel shirt, and then in the next shot they either don't have it on or they've got a slightly different one on.
I was watching Castle because I love a stupid TV show, and I quite like Nathan Fillion, and I was watching that, and there's a scene where they make a really big deal of a character she's putting on like this green leather jacket, because he even comments on the fact that it's like, "Oh, that's new, blah 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 blah." She walks into the morgue because she's a police officer, and she's wearing like this long material trench coat, and then it cuts away again. She's wearing the leather jacket. I'm like, who edited this? Who did not comprehend that these things did not go together? But I often get the impression it's where they've cut certain things out. Like, clothes-based continuity is generally like, "Oh, we've cut some scenes out. That's why this person looks like they've changed
Yeah, but if
outfits
it's a shot in
weirdly."
between two scenes where they're technically in the same order of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How could you have put a scene in there that you've deleted where she got changed? You haven't.
Why have you done this? But no, like, certain continuity errors, like, kind of make sense. Like, my mum gets cross whenever I point them out in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, because most of the time you can see the cameraman in that is because they changed the aspect ratio. When the different TVs came, so they changed the aspect ratio, so anything that wouldn't have been in the shot when it initially came out on TV, you can now see. Which is like
No.
reflections of cameramen stuff that just didn't exist when it initially aired.
Yeah.
You can now see because they've adjusted all of the aspect ratio for modern TV.
Oh Christ.
Yeah. So like these things do
that
happen.
you can kind of
yeah.
let let that slide a little bit.
So when you see them in reflections and stuff, like they wouldn't have known that we were gonna invent huge TVs and change everything and
Yeah.
make everything difficult. You queuing up more music, or are you attempting to fix
No,
my
I'm
face?
trying to
'Cause
fix you.
I wouldn't bother.
I'm gonna try it. You know?
Every single week we have issues with the color on
Yeah.
just this camera.
'Cause it's-
Every single week.
Oh, that's the end of the break. Hold on. Stream, we're going back to the radio now. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Film Talk. My name is Owen,
My name is Ethan.
and we are joined by...
Oscar.
Oh,
Good. I hope no one's getting confused by the fact that there are two Owens on this show.
Well, they should watch the stream and then they can see, and then it's fine.
Yeah, because it's not like there's just two white guys with slightly rounded glasses on the stream, both called Owen.
Yeah, I'm not lying. This end of the room is looking like a proper podcast.
But yeah, we're gonna talk for a little bit about...
It's what we do.
Yeah, it is what we do. For some reason, stream is so easy to like just talk through. Also, I've kind of fixed your camera, but you look very pale now.
I look pale anyway. It's fine.
Yeah. So it's so easy to talk when you're on stream, and then as soon as you go live for radio, it's suddenly like you're performing. You know?
I think it's the nature of the two platforms. I suppose.
Yeah.
It's different mediums.
But talking of performing, you two would happen to know a lot about that, wouldn't you?
I guess.
a bit.
Oh,
I
maybe.
hope so.
Maybe. Who knows? But you two are both actors.
Yes. Well, aspiring actors.
Aspiring
let's say.
actors.
Aspiring,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Oh, bless you.
I burped. I just refused to do it into the microphone, unlike Owen, who
Oh.
will repeatedly do
Oh,
it
yeah, I
every
will.
single week.
Nice.
I'm awful for it.
Oh god.
But the fans love it. They live for it.
You just think we're an ASMR channel.
Yeah. One day we will be. But that day is not today. But yeah, you two are both aspiring actors. What are your general goals? What's your general aspiration?
Well, I guess like in terms of where I want to end up, I want to be working in like musical theatre personally, like performing on stage. Obviously, like I'm not gonna say no to like a TV show or a film. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna turn that down if it comes knocking on my door. But like I think where I want like the prominence of my career to be would be probably touring, like be more realistic than West End and Broadway and be like, yeah, I want to be a big Broadway star. Do you know what I mean? Like got to be a bit more realistic than that. I know that even being on a touring company is still really hard.
Yeah.
But, like that's like the area that I want to be. It's not even about like being famous or anything. It's just about doing genuinely what I love doing.
Yeah.
Like, I would do it and have like nobody actually know who my name was if that was the price I had to pay for actually being able to do it. Do you know what I mean?
Are there
Yeah.
any particular roles and such that you'd really like to do on stage?
Well, I mean, and we touched on this last year. I remember saying like Greece always holds like a really special place like for me. And then since then I've done quite a lot of other shows with some big roles. But I love Jamie from the last 5 years. I think that's such a good role. It's one that I've not explored really. Recently just finished a production of Little Shop of Horrors where I was Seymour Krelborn, and if someone came up to me and said, hey, you can do this role for the rest of your life if you want and we'll pay you for it, I would go, absolutely yes, sign me up.
Yeah.
It's such a good role.
And
yeah.
I came to see you do that. You were wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I was offered. I was
Congratulations.
unfortunately at work.
Yeah,
You did
you-
tell me they'd done really well.
Yeah. Myself and Sky, who hosts Behind the Desk, popped along, went and watched it from like third back row, and it was amazing. I don't know why people diss the back row so much, because it's so good, because you see everything. Like if you're sat front row, you're like constantly turning your head about, like you're giving yourself whiplash to try and watch this
Oh,
show.
and some of us are short, okay? And the second I am behind anybody, I'm doomed.
Shut up, I'm taller than you. Owen's over here patting me on the back like, as if he's taller than me.
Well, everyone else thinks that's the case.
Yeah.
It's true.
See, this is where it comes in handy being objectively the tallest one in the room. Now we're just waiting for Sky,
I'm objectively
Sky
the
to
shortest.
walk in. Sky is like just mega tall, like 6'4".
Great.
Makes me look like a dwarf. Like it's really bad.
Then what would we be then? You'll be with
Imps. And then Ethan's a little fairy, and also very short. I've nailed that.
You literally have to give yourself
How long
a high
have you
five.
been wanting to call me a fairy on air?
An unspecified amount of time.
Oh, since you've met me then.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I'm trying to find a good song that'd sort of pair Oscar's love of musical
Got
theatre.
absolutely ignored.
For the thing. But yeah,
Sorry, I took all the time answering.
yeah.
That's alright. It's alright.
Got no time.
But
for it.
Dean, Dean, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I'd like to explain this to everyone at home. Myself, Oscar, and Owen, we play the new FIFA game together, which isn't called FIFA. It's EAFC. We'll give it its proper name for a bit. But we play pro clubs together, and obviously it gets quite confusing for us at home when we're trying to shout for the ball. So we've resorted to calling Owen Dean. So through the length of this show, if anyone calls someone Dean, we are referring to Owen that isn't me. But yeah, Owen, I've heard rumours that you might want to go and do a bit of RSC, a bit of Royal Shakespeare Company.
Yeah. Well, compared to Oscar, I'm no interest in musical theatre whatsoever. But my main focus is in classical theatre. Concerning what you just said with RSC, I've been going around different summer schools. Such as I went to the RSC, I went to the Conservatoire in Scotland, and yeah, I think that's my main aspiration, to perform Shakespeare on stage, and it's something I'll gladly do. It's something what I passionately enjoy.
Yeah.
Any-
Is there any role specific?
yeah, or any particular plays or anything that you're interested in terms of Shakespeare?
Well, when I went to the RSC, because we were allowed to watch the shows which were happening at the time, and at the time it was All's Well That Ends Well and Richard III. And when I watched Richard III, that was the main one I really enjoyed. And in my opinion, it's probably the best stage play I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
I was like, because normally when people stand up to clap at the very end, normally it's because everyone else is doing it. There wasn't a lot of people, but it was the first time I generally just wanted to stand up for myself and just clap. And I absolutely enjoyed it. And going back to the question of what role I want to play, I'd gladly play Richard, Duke of Gloucester from Richard III. And it'll be really hard to do, but it just looks so fun to do. And Shakespeare in general is something I've always enjoyed doing.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Wonderful. With that, we're going to jump into more songs. If you'd like to join us on the stream, we're going to play a little game. A little quiz.
Every quiz means I get bullied by Owen, and
Yes.
I enjoy these.
We have these little quiz cards, and we're going to be playing with them. Anyway, this is from Little Shop of Horrors, Suddenly Seymour.
Well, you're fine, aren't you?
Yeah, he's,
No, not the game, just the song. I'm assuming.
Enjoy the song. There we go.
Such a banger.
Absolute banger.
I get so distracted whenever we are on stream only when Owen has queued up songs I really enjoy, because I can still listen to it. So I'll be sat here like bopping away now. It's like, we're trying to talk about things. I'm like, no.
Is this an instrumental? Oh, is this a Jonathan Groff
It's
one?
Jonathan Groff.
Boo.
Really?
No, I love Jonathan Groff. I just don't think that this is a particularly good version of this song.
Fair enough.
I think, like as I said, I love Jonathan Groff. I thought he was really good in Hamilton and like Glee and stuff like that. Like all of the bits I've seen him do. But yeah, this one just annoys me. I think Darren Criss, who also, funnily enough, was in Glee.
Yeah.
I think he looks like a really good Seymour, because he's taken over from the same production that Jonathan Groff did it in.
Really?
So it was
Jonathan Groff.
Jeremy Jordan did it for a little bit. I can't remember the order, but Jeremy Jordan did it for a bit, and then Jonathan Groff took over, or it was the other way
Yeah,
around.
so it was. I know it was Jonathan Groff and then Jeremy Jordan.
Right, okay, and then Darren Criss is taking over from Jeremy Jordan, because I think Jeremy Jordan is back to Bonnie and Clyde now.
Yeah.
So yeah, and apparently Darren Criss is like absolutely smashing it. So, but if you want to talk about Darren Criss, you got to get Rosie on this show.
Yeah.
she loves him.
It always feel really weird because I didn't grow up or watch Glee at all, because I have quite a few issues with Glee in terms of their representation and how they deal with that.
Yeah, definitely.
But what I find really interesting is, like, I'm now watching a lot of things on TV and, like, that are coming out on, like, Disney Plus or on Netflix and everything, and I'm watching them, be like, oh, I've seen them in X, Y, and Z, and my housemate watched Glee and be like, they're from Glee, and I'm like, no. No, they are not. Shut up.
So some of my mates have just been in London and went to the big Mamma Mia party where they
wow.
met the guy who plays Kurt in Glee.
Yeah.
And like they've got like loads of pictures with him and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, that's so cool. Like, how do you just go to an event where you just bump into a celebrity that's like super chill and just is like, yeah, cool, yeah, come have a picture.
Yeah.
I'm here enjoying myself, watching Mamma Mia and
Yeah.
jamming around. Come get a picture. Lovely. I'd love to do
It must
that.
be a really long day though. You're like, oh, I'm gonna go to this event. It's gonna be great. What do you mean you want me to stop? But I'm like, go away.
Yeah.
I can't imagine being famous for that reason.
No, that is true. It would be like so surreal. I mean, most people have like bodyguards and stuff around them and
Yeah.
like closed off areas, but apparently he was just chilling there, just like no bodyguards, nothing.
To be fair, I feel like Chris Colfer has just sort of kind of disappeared.
Oh, I haven't.
Like-
I've never seen him in anything other than
No.
Glee.
I think
He's definitely been in things.
I think I've seen him in one other thing
but like,
than Glee.
yeah, it's cool though.
But yeah, we're going to break into a quick quiz, because we've got to kill
Take these headphones off because all I can think.
Yeah,
about is the
this
song.
is the song. We've basically got to kill a bit of time before we talk about the film that Dean hasn't watched.
You've not watched it.
Because I got back yesterday.
Hey! I did offer him my DVD of it.
Did you?
I did, yeah. I said, if you can't Netflix, I've got
Oh,
a
you're
DVD.
looking for receipts now.
I specifically watched it last night.
let
So
me
I
have a
watched it
look.
for the first time last week, and then Owen was like, "Yeah, we can talk about it." So I went, "Hey Jack, who's my cousin?" I was like, "Fancy watching Bullet Train?" Cool. So it's just me, Jack, and my dad all on the sofa watching Bullet Train. Oh, it's a good film.
I mean, it's because it's made by the same people who did
yeah.
Fall Guy, which we watched last week.
And we recommended the audience go and watch Bullet Train. So it all just kind of works out really neatly.
Yeah, it did work out quite
Yeah.
nicely. Fall Guy's also a fantastic
I need
film.
to go and watch
it.
It's
Yeah.
actually really good.
So it's same director as Bullet Train. So it's very similar to that.
Yeah.
It's also got Aaron Taylor-Johnson in it and
I
everything.
think what amused me still about that film is the fact that it's Ryan Gosling
Yeah.
who plays a stunt double and definitely had a stunt double
Yeah.
throughout that film.
Oh,
Well, I looked through the messages and I saw nothing. You haven't said that.
I did say that.
You didn't. I've
This
looked
quiz
at
is
that.
over.
I'm
This
sure.
argument is so much more entertaining.
Okay, yeah, we've been off the quiz. Hold on, let's pull up.
You're looking right now.
Yes, I'm looking right now.
Genuinely, it's not there.
Okay,
Uh,
no.
You definitely
No.
offered me the
Okay.
DVD.
It's not there because I messaged you on Snapchat and there is a 24-hour limit on Snapchat's existing.
Ooh, is that your excuse now, eh?
And therefore, it's disappeared out of the chat because he
Convenient.
didn't save it.
Very
Convenient.
convenient.
I'm telling the truth here.
Anyway.
I watched it on DVD this morning.
Well, we think you are.
You could have joined me.
It's on Netflix. I just remotely watched it this morning
Yeah.
while trying to calm my housemate down
Well,
about their
that's what I was
presentation.
planning to do because in our flat we have a huge kitchen area with a TV and we've got Netflix,
Yeah.
all of it. And what I was going to plan to do while
Sit
eating
there
something,
and yeah.
But unfortunately, no electricity in the
If-
building.
if you're like fobbed to get into all of the rooms, can you just not access certain parts of your flat then? Because or have they given you manual keys or what?
If he locks his room, he won't be able to get into his room with his key. So maintenance are just like there, like all
Yeah.
the time now until it gets fixed. I
have
guess.
there been lots of people, do you think, who have like
Probably,
out of
yeah.
habit? Oh my god.
Like
Yeah.
I'm so glad because my so basically I lived in the same flat as Owen, but I had to move out because I had like recurring mold issues that weren't my fault. In fact, it definitely came from the guy who lived in the room next door.
Oh,
That room Anyway,
We've all been there. It's
like,
fine.
Yeah. This room
I
was-
would relentlessly clean my room and stuff like every couple of days, and it would just come back and back and back. And I put up with it for ages, and I don't know why. I just did. And then eventually, I just went downstairs. I was like, right, have you got any studios or anything like that free? Because I don't want to move into a new flat and have to like meet a bunch of new people. And I also, from the maintenance people, I've heard that all the other flats are just like minging and smell, which is true because I've walked through quite a few. And they were like, oh, well, we've not got any studios left because they're all taken. However, we do actually have the showroom, which is like a studio, but it's the one that they get people to like do studio viewings in.
Yeah.
So like what we can do is give us a couple of days, we can move you in there. So I've been in there for the past like month, and I'm in there until my tenancy ends. So I still get like flat viewings and stuff in there, but luckily for them, I keep my place like really tidy and like
Oh,
respectable.
so it's not a
and
big
stuff.
deal for them then. that
Exactly,
you're
because they
tidy.
know that they know they can trust me to like keep it
Yeah.
nice for when people come over to see it. So yeah, I got quite lucky. But basically, yeah, like I'm on the top floor now. So luckily, when I came back today, I got off the bus. I was about to go all the way up the stairs, and then I thought, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get into my room. So before going up all the stairs to then come back down, I went to reception, and they were like, we'll give you the key just in case. I got upstairs to mine with their key, tried my key, didn't work.
So it's a good job you did stop, because I would just sit outside my flat and give up. But I'm not going
I'd have been all the way up them horrible metal stairs to go all the way down.
Oh,
Perfect.
it was quite convenient because like 10 minutes later, I came back into building, and obviously he has the key to get into his room, so I had to wait for another 20 minutes for you to come back down
Yeah, sort
with
my
the
life-
key to get back into
Sort
my
of
room.
life out.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
As you
Yeah,
should.
everyone last night, everyone in reception, they were just like, "We want compensation, or we want this, and that."
Well, we've all lost about 50 quid's worth of food shopping and stuff.
Yeah, you should
Well, that
absolutely
was
be given
before-
something, 'cause
Yeah,
that's insane.
like food vouchers at least, like
Yeah.
to order
Yeah.
to order some
Okay, yeah.
to order food for until the power's back on.
Yeah.
Yeah. When
Surely this means
That
you can't
only
do things
occurred
like
to me as
laundry and
well.
everything. Like,
Nope,
it's
can't
all-
do anything.
no
No water.
can't nothing. Oh,
So they-
water's only cold now. It's not.
Yeah,
warm.
but you probably shouldn't use the water because like all the systems are down. So so if you need water, you have to go downstairs to reception and ask for a big 5-litre jug of water.
Yeah.
I'm not liking that upstairs. Absolutely not.
Yeah, not great, but I mean, what can you do? They said they'll give us an update at about 4 p.m. today. I reckon the update won't be on until tomorrow, and then tomorrow
Yeah.
won't be on until Wednesday.
The fact that they're not, because I imagine there's quite a lot of people living in this flat block, that they're not in a rush to get this fixed is insane to
Yeah.
me.
Well, they don't have any answers. They don't know what's happened. They also don't know why our fobs won't work. Because they said to me, they were like, the way that the system is, they should still work. There's no real reason as to why only ours work and yours don't. So we've got, I don't know what to tell you. And I was like, oh, well that's good.
Helpful.
Yeah, the update is they have no updates.
Usually no news is good news, but in this case,
Yeah.
Generally,
apparently
this
not.
is not good news. Like imagine the people who are like trying to write their dissertations and stuff.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
who don't work well in the library and whatnot. Like
Yeah.
who like some people need to do it at home and stuff. Like when I'm at home doing work, I really struggle to just use my laptop. I need to connect my laptop to my monitor.
Yeah, I like having
And
the
like
dual
I
space.
have a keyboard and then a proper mouse, and I'm looking at my monitor because I just really struggle to do it on one small screen.
Yeah.
Like, and I wouldn't be able to do that.
No, I'm very much the same. I like having like my research in one place, that you know, the actual assignment on the other, and being able to go between. I can't imagine if we lost power.
Yeah.
Like this sounds like an odd way of saying it. It's a good thing that it's happened on a Sunday, because no course will put their deadline on a Sunday.
Well,
This
yeah,
is
that's
true.
true.
There,
But
there will be Monday,
courses-
Tuesday, Wednesday deadlines, absolutely. But there
yeah,
will be
so
no
if it
one
went,
with
so
a
if it
Sunday
went off
midnight.
last night
Yeah.
and like it was past midnight, so all the libraries are shut, and someone had an assignment due at midday today and like didn't have any charge on the laptop,
Yeah.
what are they gonna do?
Yeah.
This is why we should, even in this day and age, bring back like 24-hour internet cafes and things. I want to be
Yeah.
able to sit
I mean, to be
somewhere
fair,
at 2 a.m. with
the
a
library,
coffee.
the Kettleston Library used to be 24 hours.
Yeah,
now.
It
so-
only is over exam periods.
so
now.
it's specific periods of the year.
Is that
Kettleston
currently
is,
now?
I don't think so.
Crikey.
I think it.
It's just around Easter
yeah.
time we get like whenever the exams
Ooh.
happen.
We're back. .co.uk. Thank you very much, Nancy people. I don't actually know where we got those
I don't know, but they're
stings
so in
from.
my brain now.
Yeah, like from the 2 years I've been here, they're like ingrained.
I've not even been here 2 years, and
Yeah.
now I just hear them, and
you just go.
They're just in.
Yeah. But in about 10 minutes, we'll talk about the film that Owen has not watched.
Whose fault was that again?
Yours.
Your housing company, by the sounds of it.
You should have found a place with Wi-Fi and a charger, and then just gone and watched it in public. You know?
At like 9:30.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
On a
There's
Sunday.
plenty of
Sunday.
places.
McDonald's would have
Any
housed
other
you.
day of the week, you probably would have been fine. It's the fact that it was a Sunday. Like,
Yeah. I'm trying to think if I can actually think of like just spoons. You might. Is their Wi-Fi good enough to?
I used to-
Netflix.
Probably not.
I mean, back when the one in town that's now turning into the Iron Ram.
Really?
Yeah. That's
Sorry, which-
turning
what's
into a
this?
new-
The Thomas Leaper is.
Hang on,
turning
what
to-
happened to it turning into private karaoke booths?
It's the Thomas Leaper's Gone. The place that is opening, currently looking for staff for students who are listening, is going to be called the Iron Ram. So I don't know if that's going to be bar, restaurant, whether it's
That sounds like a Derby, Derby County kind of
Yeah.
place.
very much.
that is.
I mean, they're putting it like 2 minutes away from an established sports bar, so it'll be
Yeah.
interesting to see what they're doing with it. But like when the Thomas Leaper was actually open as the Thomas Leaper, it used to be the quieter of the two Weatherspoons. So I used
Yeah.
to sit upstairs in there with a drink and just watch YouTube.
Fair.
Find a table with like a PowerPoint and just sit and just relax.
Wait,
people
with a
watch.
PowerPoint? Did you just
Like
say?
where you plug in your phone.
Oh,
Yeah, not like Microsoft PowerPoint.
I thought you meant.
I would
that's
run
what I thought.
lectures
Just a
to the drunken
slideshow.
people. Yeah, I
Like-
would teach.
Oh yeah, I'll just sit down with my Google Slides form up and just really relax whilst going through it. But yeah, we've just been talking about everything. Just
Poor flat etiquette
poor-
by the sounds of it.
poor flat situations that people are in at the moment. But yeah, I can't think of anything to talk about, which is very rare for me because usually I just yap.
And then we're late every
Yeah,
time.
exactly. You've got a look in your eyes, Oscar.
Well, I just don't know. I don't know the order of things that you got planned, but
So usually we go introduction, then the bit where I go, how's everyone doing? Then we do the news, and then we just usually rant about something
Yeah,
for a
that's-
while, but like something related to the news
Yeah,
that
yeah.
we've been
Quite
told.
often at the moment, it has been Marvel related.
Yeah, it's almost definitely Disney at least.
Yeah.
And then we usually get to the hour mark by just doing that. And then at the hour mark, we play the tune of the week, and then we talk about whatever film it is we're talking about that week. Good news for everyone at home. That is last week's recommendation, Bullet Train. That is the film we're talking about this week, starring Brad Pitt.
You're going to have to get the list up again. You know I don't do names.
Brad, you don't know who
No,
Brad
I know
Pitt
who Brad Pitt is. Beyond that, can't help you.
Okay. But yeah, directed by the same director as Fall Guy, which is currently in cinemas. What's the film? Bullet Train. Actually, me and Oscar have got some very nice plans tonight.
oh yeah,
We do.
forgot about
Oh, no. We have plans,
We
we
have
do.
plans. Do we? When were the plans made? Constantly, always. So, me and Oscar work at the same place. We work at the same bar. And it's been a while, a few months, since we've had a nice staff night out. So I was talking to our manager and proposed the idea that we go and do a pub golf. And our manager just went, yeah, let's do it. You're in charge.
it. Nice.
Good luck.
So then I had to plan the whole thing, which was easy in some respects and very difficult in others. Oscar, you've had experience of planning a pub golf.
I have.
I don't envy the job that you had to do.
Yeah, it was actually to be fair, it was kind of easy. Like I suppose it depends on how well you know like the town, but
Yeah.
also like Your problem has been having to also come up with like non-alcoholic options.
Yeah.
Whereas I didn't have to have that because there was only like 1 or 2 people that couldn't drink much, but like were happy to just like
Just be
I,
there
I
and
basically
vibe.
I basically just said to them like, if you want to get involved, just don't get alcoholic drinks when you feel like it.
Yeah.
Just swap out for
Get
softs and
like
stuff.
you know, if we're drinking something fizzy, get something fizzy. If we're drinking something still,
Get something
water.
still,
Do you
yeah.
know what I mean? Like
Punch in the desk.
Quick
it was a
there.
kick,
The last time Owen kicked the desk, we broke everything.
Yeah, that is true.
We were off air for like a good couple of
I-
minutes before we even realised it wasn't.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
I accidentally kicked a wire out underneath the table here, which literally controlled everything.
Nice.
But yeah, Sky managed to come in.
No, you got an angry text.
We've-
You're not on air.
You're not
followed
on
by
air.
Sky taking
Why
over.
aren't- yeah.
remotely.
But yeah, we've got 5 minutes to
To thing.
to kill.
Thing.
Yeah, to thing. We have got these two on for a reason. There is a reason that these two wonderful performers have come onto our show today.
You seem so unconvinced.
Is there a reason, or is it just Oscar messaged me going, "I want to be on the show"?
I'm bored.
Just literally, just any excuse to get me out of the house, really.
Yeah.
Why do you think we're here?
This is the bit where me and Ethan come and we do our weekly walk. Like, we just make sure we go out of the house at some point,
Yeah.
get a bit of fresh air.
We're gonna have to find a way of setting this up because both of us are finishing uni. Because
Yeah.
I will just not do anything ever.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
I'm gonna join Phantom.
Do it.
do it.
Set up my own podcast.
Yeah. Once you've graduated this
It's,
year.
it's only Dead by Daylight.
Yeah. That, my friend, is called a
stream.
game stream.
You can do that anyway.
You can
don't
do
need
that
Phantom's
at
help.
home. Set up your phone, connect it to Twitch or whatever.
Twitch, YouTube. You can do that through like TikTok now and all
Yeah.
sorts. You can stream basically anywhere.
I think so. So next year I do want to kind of do that kind of thing. Not stream games because I'm awful at video games. Like I
That's
genuinely,
more fun.
I suck so bad. The only person worse than
you're alright.
the only person worse than me at FIFA is Owen.
There it is.
No. Alright.
Like,
I'm so glad you two are here because I can't stand listening to Owen talk to me about FIFA. So you can talk to them about FIFA because I don't care about
Nice.
football.
Yeah, good. Fair.
Do not care about it at all. But every walk I'm back. Yeah, and we were playing this, and then this happens. Oh, and I don't care. Yeah, but I need to tell somebody. I'm like, I still don't care.
someone please listen. Have we got a song request for this next for sort of the end? Anyone, please?
Go on, Owen. You suggest a song this time.
Me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you listen to music.
Yeah, I do listen to music, but I don't think it's the same taste.
I don't think they care really.
No,
Don't
don't.
really
Not at
care.
all. Not at
Oh,
all.
flipping out.
If we've got
Although,
it,
yeah, I was
going
gonna
to
say they
Oh my.
go for something fairly basic.
We have got some Metallica on here if you want it.
Yeah, we'll go Metallica then. Actually, do you have Iron Maiden?
Iron Maiden, we'll check it. Iron Maiden. We do.
Oh, alright.
Ooh, it's a live version as well. That's
Ooh.
fun.
What is it?
Fear of the Dark.
Doesn't look like he knows that one.
I don't know.
No,
I don't know every song that we have on this system.
Is that the only one you have for it?
That is. Oh, and we're not allowed to play it.
Does it have explicit on it?
It's been marked as C-list, which means two things on our system. It means either swearing or it's just too long.
Okay.
And it's like just generally not advised.
Like Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
That's a bop.
And this song is 7 minutes long.
This is why, even though I'd love to have Meatloaf on here more often, I don't, because like one of his longest songs is literally like 12 minutes long.
Yeah, yeah. I like Paradise by the Dashboard Light,
Yeah,
but that's
yeah,
like
yeah.
7.5 minutes.
Yeah, literally. Not short at all, but it's...
But it's, yeah.
Fair enough.
We are going to jump into those songs now. We'll select those.
Slide them all down because
Slide
you've
them all
confused
down.
it again.
Yep, exactly. Perfect. So we are hitting you with a bit of Metallica first. This is Nothing Else Matters.
Oh, dude. Yeah, alright then.
Yeah.
That was
Seal
the
of
main
approval.
song which was in my head. And I was like, if he's good. If we
Yeah.
have a Metallica song, we have that one on.
Yeah, cool. Here it is. Enjoy.
Bro's feeling ethereal right now.
Yeah, he is. He's there. He's set. I'm now currently looking at our Meatloaf selection.
This is even Elton John has even said this is like the best rock song of all time. I think what my brother told me, I think it was this song, but Elton John said like this is like the best rock song. I really hope it's this song. If I'm wrong, that's really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you just lied to the stream otherwise.
Yeah.
I think it was this
You're
song.
gonna have like 2 people who have listened to a bit of Metallica going, no, incorrect.
Let's see. Elton John, Metallica.
I hope it's right. Well, to be honest, I was very drunk when I was told this.
There's a surprise.
Yes, because you always trust the information you're told when you're not sober.
Well,
I think it's wise to believe everything you hear when you're drunk.
you know, I was about to say Guns N' Roses as well.
Oh,
I was
going
going to say
so
Guns
good
N'
choice.
Jungle.
Welcome to the jungle.
That would have been the second
We
one.
got fun and
So-
games.
This song has a cover by Miley Cyrus,
Does it?
featuring, among others, Elton John.
Wow, look at that. So
See,
he specifically says that the Miley Cyrus version is the best rock song.
Yeah. To be fair, what is a good cover of a Metallica song is Weezer's version of Enter Sandman.
Oh, really?
Big time. Huge song. It's literally, it sounds just like the Metallica version, except for one moment where instead of like doing the proper exit to the guitar solo, they play the exit of the Buddy Holly solo, which if I played it to you, you'd know kind of thing. Hold on. Well, what we'll do, let's see if it actually lets me Google. Get Weezered.
So happy got Metallica on right now.
You're like,
Is he okay? What's that?
I was
Is it-
gone.
it was the air drumming and then the completely gone
Yeah, I
facial
was gone.
expression.
I was out of it.
Just completely gone.
Oh, didn't mean to do that. Okay, gents, if you take your headphones off for a moment, I will play you the concept of getting Weezered.
I already know this meme. So.
Yes. Let's hope that it doesn't come with ads. Or not. This is not Get Weezered. Why is...
Something better.
Oh, I understand why that's not Get Weezered.
Why?
Because that is not soloed. That is why. Or not. Or it won't output anything. That's good. I like it when it does that. No, you're not getting it. You're not getting
Just look
Weezered.
it up on your
Right,
phone
right.
and show them.
Yeah. That'd be the easier way of doing it, but that's boring, Ethan. I'm all about doing it the
Difficult way, apparently.
difficult and annoying way.
You've still got your lo-fi bed as well. That's
I know.
ticking away.
I know the lo-fi bed's there.
Uh, You're just quite happy, just bopping away.
Just rock, metal, heavy metal.
Nice.
Anything, I just love it.
We'll be sat there on a break from rehearsal, and we'll be sat in the green room, and this man will put his earphones in, and honestly, it just sounds like he's not got earphones in. We could just hear it.
I get a bit like that.
I don't understand how you don't burst your eardrums, especially given the type of music that it is.
You need
It's
to go to
so
Rock,
loud.
You need to go to Rock City and listen to who's coming on next? I think Alien Ant Farm.
Do you know what? Now that we've finished uni after this weekend, we should do a Nottingham trip.
Yeah.
Oh,
I agree.
And
I'm
Jack,
just having to step
we're
out of the
talking about
studio
that,
for a
and I was
moment.
gonna talk about organising a trip to Nottingham,
Why?
go around different rock pubs,
Yeah.
and just end up wherever.
Sounds good.
We're already
Okay.
talking about it, but it's gonna have to be like in June time or.
Where's Owen going?
Just need to check something apparently.
Fair.
Something about a message. I've got no idea.
Well,
But yeah,
Three of us
no,
then.
it's cool.
It's okay. It once abandoned me with like a minute and a half to go. I was like, "Oh, you're starting it back up again." I'm like, "What?" I'm not meant to be this side of the desk. It's weird. I sit this side and I yap. I don't need to. No,
Don't have to worry about everything else too much.
don't like it. So I got here once and I was like, "Can you set the stream up? I'm running late." And I was just like, "Sky, can you remote in and help me, please?" So I can set up a YouTube stream, but it's all done through a particular system on
Right.
this that
Yeah.
I
Don't understand.
no idea. So I was like, "Sky, help," and just remoted it and just did it all for me. I was like, "Thank you."
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
I'm really wondering what songs I have now. Just want to go around there and see which songs down there. I'm pretty sure if I press something, the whole
Yeah, the whole system will
system
cave
will
in.
just
Sky text me, "What's happened?"
Yeah, we let one of the guests run riot.
I didn't control the gas, so now everything's broken. So I was,
You just watch me just wander around doing single thing.
Six listeners.
it does go up sometimes.
Ooh.
Like we'll have moments where it gets up quite high, but it really varies on like time of
What's
the day
the
and also
highest you've ever seen it?
we've ever seen it. Like for us, I think we ended up like
Here he
16,
is.
17 or something once, but like it really depends on the time of day. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
because we tend to do it of an evening, afternoon. So just saying how viewership for Phantom can really depend day to day.
Yes, big time. Our biggest rating show. Okay, so it's a hard one to actually dictate.
Surely Adam gets more than
So,
we do.
so live listeners is Elton John.
Yeah.
With Hello Hello. One of the best songs made for a movie ever. Romeo and Juliet. It goes way too hard.
What, Romeo and Juliet?
Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, have you never seen that film?
I've actually
seen
not
it, I've
seen
seen-
Romeo and Juliet.
Mate, treat
It's
yourself.
actually quite a good film.
Oh no, I think I have. It's like where he's got they like meet on like the greenhouse roof or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
the
there's
blue
like
gnome and the
there's a
red
frog.
gnome.
Literally
And a
no-
Yeah,
frog.
yeah, yeah. Oh, I have seen it,
And
but
the flamingo, and they try and kill each other with lawnmowers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying
the
to remember
entire
why
plot.
like anything. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, fairs.
It does go too hard for a kids animated
Yeah,
film
yeah,
about
yeah.
Shakespeare. Like,
Yeah, it's
Um,
quite good though, I must say. Well, watching it, when did that come out?
oh gosh, years ago.
Years ago.
Yeah. I just had to step out of the room to message my boss about tonight's festivities. Basically, I'd had a text going, "How many teams are there?" And I was like, "Okay, there's 3 of like 2 or 3 each." And
So
that
is it just me and Tia?
so it's me and Anna.
Yeah,
That is our team.
yeah.
And then it's now Imogen's had to drop out.
Yeah,
Brooke might be dropping out.
Yeah.
We don't know. So it is now Rowan, Connor, Morgan,
right. Okay,
and then you, Tia, and maybe Brooke.
right. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's the situation. So
Oh.
you're in blue.
Yep, that's fine. That works for me because I got a blue polo.
Yeah, that's why I put you as because you were blue team for your own.
Yeah, I've got
So I
I've
was
got a blue
like-
polo and a black polo.
Yeah, I was like, worst case scenario, Oscar just wears the same thing as he wore for thing.
Which is exactly what I'll do, except I might wear shorts depending on the weather.
Yeah.
I'm really nice last
I'm gonna see how the weather is when we leave here. See how good the walk round walk home
Yeah.
is from here, and if it's really bad, I'll change. If it's just, if it's really bad, I'll leave my shorts on. If it's just sort of like alright, like it's a bit hot, I will probably change into jeans because it'll just get colder and colder as the night goes on. Do you get what I mean?
Romeo and Juliet came out in 2011. By the way,
11. Crikey, where's the time gone?
Don't
We're old
even-
now, mate.
Still
Yeah.
felt. I was listening. I
the
was
oldest
listening.
person sat in this room at the moment.
How old are you?
I turned 23 in November.
I also turned 23 in November, but
Me
I think
too.
you just pipped me to it. So yes.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'll turn 23 in April,
Yeah.
so I've only just turned
Wait.
22.
Yeah. No,
And
you're
Owen's a
you're
year
the
younger than me.
oldest.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
What do you mean I'm the
baby.
oldest?
Because if you
I'm the
turn
youngest one.
23 in
April.
April.
Which means November comes first.
Oh, we're in May right now. Yeah. Yeah, that is. How
Yeah,
that
we're not in
works.
February.
Are we okay, Owen?
No, we're never okay.
That's like I'm finishing a master's degree and it's like I'm in my third. I'm like, oh no.
Right, we got another song.
Yeah.
I'm gonna nip to the loo. Where's the closest one?
Base camp kind of
Do you reckon
area.
I'll make it?
Huh?
There and back.
Yeah.
Has he even got just one more song?
Yeah. It's like 6 minutes long.
Yeah, you got
It's a
6
6 minute.
minutes.
Well,
Yeah.
It's Meatloaf. You got 6 minutes.
Yeah.
I think I'll be okay then.
Yeah. What? Okay.
Unless we're closing late at night because we ran late, and then I set the alarms off in base camp, and we had to get security to come
Yeah.
through and tell them all off because I went through that door and just kept walking.
Yeah. Because you're dumb.
I was tired,
To be fair,
and
it
we
is-
ran later than usual as well.
It is 4 o'clock on a Monday. I'm
They're-
pretty sure they're not even shut yet.
No, they're not.
That door's locked.
Oh, good.
That's just rude.
Yeah. This is where he has gone to the wrong door, though. That's all I'm saying. He's almost definitely gone to the first set of doors, not the second.
Can I go check?
Yeah.
For the viewers at home, I'm gonna go check to see if it's the right door because I kind of want to know.
Well, it's just me and you now.
I mean, yeah. The way it should be.
The way it should be. Oh,
Let's
It's all we want.
see. Have we got a...
What?
That's quite good. We've had some interactions in the chat.
Oh, have
Hello,
we?
chat. It's now just us two.
Is it?
It's us two and our 2 viewers.
Yeah.
Is it actually locked?
It's not locked.
It's not locked. Oscar.
So I assume it was the fire door
Yeah.
that Oscar has tried because the other one is completely fine. I literally went, cool, just
Yeah.
shut it and walk back.
We have some chat.
You have some chat?
We have Sky, who has said that she heard technical problems. That's all. And then we have Mark.
Who is my dad, by the way?
What?
Mark, who watches the stream, is my father.
Yeah.
Shared our podcast on Facebook and everything. Just got quite excited at the fact that I have a hobby more than anything else.
Why is this fully true? Let's move it on.
Yeah. It's so weird watching this. Seeing
it's delayed.
this. Because it's 20 seconds or so delayed.
No, I'm really stretching out over there. I'm just going to...
Like, shocking. Anyway, let's see. Have we got any?
Got any what?
Ah, perfect. We do have it.
You're going to weasel the audience.
No, that would never happen. I don't know what you mean. Also, I love how I actively queued up this song for you because it's Meatloaf,
It
and you just walked.
How many songs?
You left.
How many songs?
This is it. This
is
is final song.
2 minutes.
Yeah, it's quite almost 3 minutes left of this song. Just so much time.
I don't know how he had the energy.
What? To
Like Meatloaf.
write this song? Yeah.
Bear in mind, his performances be like 4 songs.
I never really listened to Meatloaf songs, but when I think of Meatloaf, it's Tenacious D, Pick of Destiny.
Nice.
It's just him and Dio in that film. I don't know how Jack Black did it back then, but getting Meatloaf and Dio in the same film, it's just...
Well, Meatloaf was also Eddie in the Rocky Horror Show.
Yeah.
Which is why in the remake they did, I still think that Adam Lambert should have been Frankenfurter, and they should have had Jack Black do Eddie. In my opinion. I don't mind the rest of the casting. It's literally those 2 roles that I was so irritated about. Like, my housemate is obsessed with the Rocky Horror and has heard this rant so many times. It's not even funny.
I've never seen Rocky Horror, so I have no idea who you're talking
I
about.
want to see it
I've seen
live.
glimpses of
So
it.
bad.
I think I haven't seen a live performance in a while now, actually. Well, if I'm thinking like a student show, if I'm that's going off in the theatre, and cause me and Oscar are 3rd years, and there's 1st and 2nd years, we get told, "Oh, go see the 2nd year production."
Yeah, we got me and my partner went and saw a show it would have been nearly a year ago now at the Derby Theatre, and now I just get Instagram notifications from the theatre all the time. I'm not even the one who bought the tickets, and I still get Derby
Yeah.
Theatre being like, please come back, and I'm like, I don't have the time.
Oh yeah, Owen, when are you coming to see our show?
I haven't booked my tickets yet.
What show is it you're doing?
We'll find out about that later.
Yeah.
They will. I was about to say it just then.
But yeah, no, I haven't booked my tickets yet.
When are you doing your show then?
We are doing a show next week, Friday and Saturday.
Very
There'll
nice.
be an afternoon and evening show on the Friday and an evening show on the Saturday.
I'm not at work on Saturday.
Ooh, you can come and see it then.
I think it'll be Friday afternoon
Mm.
if I come see it.
I'm not at work on Friday
won't be-
either.
It won't be a
Huh?
I don't think there's a lot of tickets being booked on
Okay.
that day as well. So I think Oscar.
That
Just-
door is not locked.
What does not lock that?
The door.
No, the one you went
the
to
one,
go
the one you
through,
came
it's
in
not
and you were
locked.
like,
I went out and
it's
checked,
locked.
it's not locked.
What? Oh, maybe
We're
I
back.
pushed the wrong one then.
We're back now.
Did you try and push the one with the glass panes in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fire door. That's not going to open. The one labelled stage.
Missed it then.
That's right. You're listening to Phantom Radio. We're just telling Oscar how wrong he was.
Oh, thanks.
Let's turn the music back up. You're listening to Film Talk. We have
Guests.
we have guests. Is the time really 4:15?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Oh,
Yes, it is.
mental. Anyway, we have got the tune of the week, which we were meant to play 15 minutes ago. But as we're late already, we may as well push it back a bit more. You know? So, the big question is, what did you guys think of the film? The film being Bullet Train, starring Brad Pitt, who also, of course, appears in If.
Yeah.
As an invisible character who doesn't speak.
Yeah, it's a film with more budget than I can physically comprehend,
Yes.
based on who they have in it.
So, we have Brad Pitt as our main character, but we also have Aaron Taylor Johnson, Brian Tyree Henry, Logan Lerman. Did you clock who Logan Lerman was?
Yeah, straight away. As soon as I saw it, I
Really?
was like, oh my god, look, it's Percy Jackson.
Yeah.
I didn't think his accent was all that convincing, though.
No. Joey King, Zazie Beetz, Michael Shannon, Lady Gaga, apparently.
I did not see Lady
I
Gaga
did
in that
not
film.
see Lady Gaga at all. Along with many, many, many others.
Lots of cameos.
Yeah. A lot of big actors as well.
Ryan Reynolds on the screen for all of 5 seconds doesn't say a word.
Really?
When he's Carver.
And he is, yeah. Sorry. For reference, I watched it today and didn't get to watch the last 15, 30 minutes or so of it because I had to come up here,
Very
of course.
disappointing.
Oh, okay.
Says the man who's not
Okay,
actually watched
sorry,
it.
mister. I didn't watch the last 2 hours and 6
6
minutes
minutes.
of the film.
We've already gone through this before. This is not my fault.
But yeah, obviously you also have the Channing Tatum cameo.
That made me chuckle. In a
Yeah.
way, it should have done.
I love Channing Tatum cameos.
That was the first thing that came to mind.
He
as soon as you said-
he comes out in a wrestling mask and a pair of pants.
How have I not seen
and
this?
that's it. And he's got a dog's collar and a lead on and everything.
Yeah,
Like a full bit, yeah.
like he's there for 5 minutes
Oh,
and
wow.
he disappears. He's never seen again.
I really
Oh,
struggle, when Channing Tatum's in anything at the moment. I'm like, oh, you do exist. Oh, no. And it's usually those two thoughts in that
Yeah.
order. And I had the same thing with this. Oh dear.
Yeah, but in This Is the End, they approached him directly because they were like, who would do something this degrading? Who would market it? Oh, Channing. That's exactly who it is.
He's bored. Why not?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But he's also in Free Guy, where he
yeah,
plays
yeah.
this dumb, annoying guy.
He's like a really high level player,
Yeah.
and he's like a fan of Ryan Reynolds' character.
Yeah. But yeah, this film, thoughts, because it was one of my favorite films of 2022 when I went to see it in cinemas.
Same.
Yeah. Dean, we're going straight to you. Yeah, give me a full top to bottom rating review of Bullet Train.
I think the film was very, very good.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt's performance was good as well.
Yes. Thoughts on the cinematography?
Cinematography was absolutely brilliant. The train was done brilliantly.
and just what kind of train was it?
It was quite a fast train.
This is how I feel all of my essays sound.
Yeah.
Like, I write an essay, and in my brain, this is how I sound. It was good. Yes.
Yeah, it was a good film.
Fair, good, yeah. Good. Lovely.
Oscar, we'll throw it to you, given you've actually watched the film.
To be honest, it's like I'm not. When I watch films, I'm not like a film critique or anything.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I like my ratings kind of almost like worthless. Do you know what I mean? As a kid, I thought Batman and Robin with George Clooney was an incredible film.
Yeah.
So do you know what I mean? But Bullet Train, I watched it for the first time last week, and then I watched it again last night. I think it must have been.
Yeah.
I think Brad Pitt is like awesome in it.
Yeah.
I love his character. I think his like calmness and like his whole like therapeutic journey that he like takes us on with him. I just think it's such like a nice element to it. But also, there were just a couple of bits. You know how that obviously you got all the different assassins that are on.
Yeah.
I just think that what's the name of the one with the snake?
Oh,
Totally forgot what her name is. The Hornet.
Yeah,
the Hornet.
yeah.
I just thought that came out of absolutely nowhere. Like, I get that they set that up right from the beginning with the fact that Logan Lerman's face was all like...
Yeah.
But, like, when she appeared, it was a flashback of Brad Pitt realising who she was. Oh, pastry chef, looking at a picture, and then suddenly she's right there. Like, why?
Yeah.
Why? I don't understand. Like, I get why she was there.
Yeah.
But, like, there just wasn't really, like, a build-up of her.
Yeah.
Like, why was Brad Pitt the one that she met first? Like, why didn't she just happen to bump into like lemon and tangerine? Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't.
Well, that's the whole thing.
Like the fruit.
It's like the fruit.
But like they've got this whole thing going on the whole time of Brad Pitt's character is just extremely unlucky.
That's
the thing.
I do love the kind of running of course it's me. Like that kind of attitude.
I thought the Bad Bunny bit where he plays the wolf. I thought that was quite funny. How he just happened to be at the door.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, it's literally Brad Pitt's gone in. He is about to complete his mission, and then this bad guy shows up and just starts.
He's not even there for him.
Yeah. Well,
his only job is to
he's there for
extract the
someone else.
suitcase and leave. It should have been like 2 minutes, and it just escalates and escalates.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah. Oh, I didn't realize it was Logan Lerman. The whole time I didn't realize it was Logan Lerman until looking at the cast list.
Oh wow!
Like yesterday or something, I googled it to be like, yeah, am I familiar with everyone who's in it? And then watching it today, I still don't recognize it as Logan Lerman.
Really?
Even though I know it's him. The face tattoo, the beard, the long hair.
I mean, it does a lot for him.
Like it made me think that's Post Malone. Like that's the thing.
Wow.
He looks like Post Malone. Because for me, Logan Lerman just looks like Percy Jackson.
Well, yeah, but don't you think
that's the only version of him I really know? Is that and Perks of Being a Wallflower, which he looks the same in?
Perks of Being a Wallflower and Percy Jackson, he was like similar ages.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so him being older than that makes no sense to me.
Yeah, for sure.
You stopped aging. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, he is quite a young looking man though. Anyway,
Yeah.
To be fair to him, but
Yeah.
I thought the funny thing was, I'm assuming there was some kind of like intention to it or whatever, but I thought it was really funny when Lemon described Logan Lerman's character as a Percy.
Yeah, I spotted that today as well. I was like, that's really funny. And I'm curious if they had cast Logan Lerman because he was Percy Jackson.
Oh, maybe
And
they put that joke in because he was Percy Jackson.
Like my thinking is they've written it, they've gone, the son is going to be a Percy. We'll leave it there because no one else on the train's going to be a Percy. It's a nice, easy one to just go,
Yeah.
that's Percy. Oh, let's do a joke and get a guy who's famous for playing someone called Percy and get him to do the, like, just be the role.
The slight obsession with Thomas the Tank Engine used throughout that film as well was really jarring for me because I've like unfortunately studied lots about media. I know way too much about Thomas the Tank Engine. One, it's like effects on children and how children behave and everything, and how it's oddly Christian as well, and there are books first and everything, but watching him sat there going, I can always spot a diesel, was something quite entertaining to me, of him like psychoanalyzing people,
but through the characters of Thomas the Tank
Engine, and this like insistence of doing it, and like, oh no, I know everything I know about people through time. Like, when did you learn this skill? How old? What? I don't know. Where in your life?
Has he been watching Thomas the Tank Engine all of his life, or has he only just discovered it in the past like few years and developed an attachment?
In a flashback, they're watching a West Ham Chelsea football game, and he's holding a train.
He's got
a little wooden train, and he's just playing with it. And
so the train obsession's been a while.
Yeah. Whether Thomas the Tank Engine is the last 5 years.
I reckon it must have been like an ongoing thing. There's no way he's that connected, and like, do you know what I mean? You don't learn that much from it, like as an adult.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like that comes from when you're a kid and developing.
It's very much designed to be a child thing, and it was just like, look, it's a train joke on a film, on a train. Get it, train. And I'm like, yes, get it, it's a train. And just that entire scene between Brad Pitt and is it Brian Tyree? His name. Like when they're fighting in the quiet coach.
Oh, that's so
and the
funny.
woman keeps turning around. They're like, haha, yes, we're friends. And I'm like, how me and my brother used to fight. Like, it very much radiates that kind of like siblings trying to beat each other up without a parent noticing energy.
It's the same where he's fighting Aaron Taylor Johnson though as well, and that woman comes and he goes and he gets like, "What? Sorry, mate, but I gave all my money to that guy to wear my clothes. Do you mind?" And then he just lobs the bottle at him.
Yeah.
But I like the fact that in that film that when the general public is kind of just like present and like walking past, they do just cease the action because obviously they're meant to be like conspicuous assassins.
Yeah,
but they're here making all this noise, stabbing and shooting each other.
It's very much meant to be like, this was meant to all be done quite subtly. It reminds me of a film that I unfortunately can't remember the name of. The way it jumps about, it's all linked together.
Yeah.
But you kind of jump around a lot.
Do you mean Love Actually?
No. God, I hate that film.
Really?
I don't enjoy Love Actually at all.
I've watched it once and I didn't enjoy
My mum's really into it, so she's like, Christmas. I'm like, no, I don't. Anything else, please.
Like, I love this stories, like, except for the Hornet. I think that's the one thing that doesn't quite fit in. I think if there was a way of them working that into everything, that it was.
Why did her character, and I'm sorry for saying it, but why did they give her the thingy of just constantly calling him a bitch?
Yeah.
I didn't understand why she just said it in every single sentence.
It does. So I find that in certain cases and I think they had an issue with this film because there's a lot going on all of the time, and there's a lot for you to try and gauge. As someone who was watching the film, you're trying to follow quite a few things, and sometimes I get the impression with films like that, they'll have a character where they'll be like, oh, but we spent so long getting the jokes down and all of this for all of the rest of the film that it just sort of slips, and then to make a point about the character not being good, we'll just put in a particular type of language just to make a point.
But it's like,
I have noticed that in other
when
films.
When I was watching it, I thought I was watching an episode of Rick and Morty, because there's that episode where they've got their own version of Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
and that is what he does all the way through. He just calls them a bitch throughout the entire episode. And I was like, oh, they've definitely just taken that from Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Like that's just what it felt like.
Oh.
I also quite enjoyed Joey King's character
Yeah.
in this.
I enjoyed it up to a point.
Yeah.
And it got to a point of just going, just two of the other characters stop, have a conversation with each other. Like, you know, like specifically it's when Brad Pitt and Aaron Taylor Johnson's characters sort of meet each other with, like, it's when Aaron Taylor Johnson Johnson spots the Diesel sticker on Joey King.
Which is lucky.
Yeah.
He just happens to turn around and look at her.
It's that scene. I'm just like, if you just went, whoa, stop, let's talk about it. Brad Pitt would have been like, yeah, let's talk about it. But he didn't. He just started. They just started throwing hands, and it's like, if you just said she's the Diesel, everything would be fine.
I also just love that all the way through, just like jokes to other and like references to other films of long similar vein, like Brad Pitt referring to himself as MacGyver when he's like jamming the door shut, and the fact that they've gone, oh, these are things everyone's gonna recognize, let's slip that joke in, and it's like, oh, I'm like MacGyver, why is this here? Nope, and him noping out of that situation to get away from it, and the idea that they use the plush as a silencer.
Yeah.
That poor mascot gets ruthlessly terrorized throughout this film.
Actually, one thing I didn't like in this film, the snake, they keep, like, cutting to the snake, being like, this is going to be a big thing, and, like, something's going to go down, and it just ends in...
It wasn't a big thing.
Brad Pitt gets bitten, but he's already got the antitoxin in him.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter.
But I think that was meant to be the moment where, like, his bad luck turned.
Yeah.
Because, like, he was super unlucky that he just happened to bump into the Hornet and managed to just about wriggle himself out of dying.
Yeah.
But then it's meant to be like, it was unlucky that he got bit, but actually he was super lucky that actually he did bump into the Hornet, because he'd already... Because I'm not gonna lie, when I saw it, I was like, was that one vial of anti-venom that he had enough to...
Like, sustain him for the day?
For 2 bites from that snake? Like, and one wasn't even... One was from injection, and the other was directly from the snake. Surely it would be more potent directly from the snake, right?
It wasn't even, like, full injection. It was just the needle went into it.
Yeah, because then he
like,
went and got the rest of it.
Yeah, and then it... And everything.
Or maybe that's why it worked on the both.
Yeah. Maybe it's because it's not so much. But, yeah, it's weird.
I think the snake angle, I wish they'd, like... Because obviously they make the point about the... I can't remember the guy's name, and they're like, oh, he's bleeding out of his eyes, and it's like, okay, and we get the news reports, and we're told that this snake is like stolen, and you have like people in the background poking bushes with like the snake hooks, and everything is obviously this snake has been stolen from wherever, and obviously we see the TV show right at the beginning, it gets turned off in the hospital, and it's like, okay, you've built it up, what do you mean you're going to do barely anything with it? It's just sort of there and on the train.
Actually, I wish they'd... So, obviously, you see the day that the wolf, who is Bad Bunny, you see the day that he gets married. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of like a way back, like just a pre-establishing incident between him and Brad Pitt's character and the Hornet.
Yeah.
I wish that they made the way that all of the characters in that scene died... If they just made that the same way that the son, played by Logan Lerman, died, like if those two things looked the same, it would immediately just go, okay, those two things, that's how someone's died, kind of thing.
Because they were all throwing up.
Because they were all throwing up blood and everything. It's like, well, obviously Logan Lerman's not done that. Otherwise, someone would have drawn attention to it because he's like in the middle of the carriage. Because it also
means that he didn't scream either.
Yeah, and he's in the quiet carriage as well, so... Any level of noise would be like, that's suspicious, But no, he just bleeds out of his eyes and he's dead, Yeah. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Tangerine and Lemon, one of the best duos in film I've ever seen in my life.
Really enjoyed the fact that they're like, these are stupid. No, the names are not stupid. They're clever. We're professionals, and all the way through, people are going. Like the fruit. Like, why?
And I think they absolutely nailed the Cockney accent. I thought Aaron Taylor-Johnson did it really, really well. He just had that thing that like he just needed for his character. Like the way that he dressed, the way that he walked, the jewelry that he wore, the coolness of it. The Cockney accent was exactly what he needed in that. Just to sound that little bit more like gangster almost. I thought that his performance was like really good throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
I thought that Joey King was a little unconvincing.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan, to be honest. Like I've not seen her in many things. She's that one that's in the kissing booth or something like that, isn't it? Yeah. Didn't like her in that, obviously. I just didn't like that film. Yeah, no, I didn't. Because when I saw it took me ages to realize that she wasn't trying to be a Japanese girl. It took me ages to figure that out the first time I watched it. I was like, why have they cast like the least Japanese looking person ever to play like the daughter of a Japanese samurai? And then I realized, oh,
He's the White Death.
right, Russian. I'm with you now.
But she doesn't sound Russian at all.
No,
She's got an English accent the whole time. And it's like, why?
she. To be fair, when she started speaking Russian,
Yeah.
she sounded very Russian. But like when she was English, it was literally just like talking to your mate.
Yeah.
But sometimes that's how accents can come through anyway. It's always really difficult when I imagine it's not fun for actors trying to force accents.
Yeah, we know a lot about that with our show.
But I do get the impression she probably attempted it and they went, yeah, please don't do that. Like, if you know the Russian, you can do it in Russian, great. If you can do it in English, fantastic. But don't try and force the two together because
And
that's
the-
not something she has the capability of doing. I'd rather she didn't put on an accent than put on a dodgy one through a film.
Also, I've just Googled this now.
Yes.
She's American, yeah?
Yes.
So why is she doing an English accent the whole time?
Oh, my dear.
Like, it works equally well if she's just American, you know? Like,
I don't know.
it makes...
Because like, there's no backstory.
Yeah.
we didn't get given like, oh, White Death's daughter. Oh, where did she go? It doesn't
No.
say. Oh yeah, she went to England for a few years.
Yeah. Like, it's literally just for no reason she is English.
Yeah.
Other than English accent means bad guy. Kind of thing.
Yeah.
It does to Americans, very
Yeah.
much so. But that's why you have English actors do American films and then have to put on dodgy accents. Benedict Cumberbatch, because
Yeah.
oh my god, it's not great. But he puts on this American accent while he's playing Doctor Strange because the Americans associate our accent with being the villain, and it's like, why?
Yeah. To be fair, I don't think his American accent is that dodgy.
I don't like it, and I think it's because I'm so used to seeing him in British stuff.
Yeah.
I
TV,
think,
yeah.
as well.
I think part of it is just his face. He's got a British face.
Yeah, it
He
doesn't-
very much does.
doesn't work.
So, like, if you look at someone like Chiwetel Ejiofor, yeah, who plays against him in Doctor Strange, it's fine because he doesn't have a like specifically British face to him. I'd say even to a similar extent, Tom Hiddleston can kind of get away with it as well. Like, he's got if you lined him up with a set of accents, yeah, British would fit him best. But
he also does lots of impressions.
Yeah.
He does them really well.
he does really well for making himself seem American when he's doing American. Benedict Cumberbatch is just playing Benedict Cumberbatch with an American accent, kind of thing.
I think body language goes a lot more into
Yeah,
like the way Americans speak and like present themselves, and Tom Hiddleston puts it on, but Benedict doesn't, because we just don't move. Like, British people don't move. We don't like
yeah.
don't like gesture as much, but like I feel like Americans do quite a lot.
I gesture a lot. I'm really bad
Yeah.
And yet you're sat here with the microphone, like
I'm trying to like. I just
He's trying
I just,
not to.
I just fidget so much that like any kind of like little metal clanks that anyone can hear, it's always me.
Yeah.
It's my rings or like me fiddling around with my bottle or my watch or something.
Yeah. But we're gonna wrap up this segment, I think. We've left Owen in the silence corner for long enough.
Yeah.
So, final review of the film, Oscar, out of 5.
Out of 5, I'm giving it a solid 4.5. Just purely, it was just so entertaining.
Nice.
I'm gonna
Ethan,
give it a 4.
nice. Dean,
4.1.
okay, good. I'm giving it probably a. I'm not a fan of point somethings when I'm doing a rating. That's why I pick 5, because then it's even harder for me to pick a number. But I'm going for a 4. It's not a perfect film, but it's pretty decent. You know. So with that, we are going to head into our tune of the week. This song is it's from a re-release of an album by Childish Gambino. He has recently re-released his 4th studio album under a new title. So this is Littlefoot Bigfoot. Here we go. There we go. I've not I passively listened to this song,
I've not listened to this
but
tune actually. I don't mind a bit of Childish Gambino. I think some of his music like is right up my alley, and then some
Yeah.
of his music is like really not my thing.
Yeah.
Get a bit like that with
Like This Is
especially lots of-
America,
Yeah.
don't like it.
Really?
Not my thing. But
Yeah.
Redbone,
Yeah.
absolutely my thing.
2005?
Not familiar.
of the year or just
Huh?
I heard 2005.
3005. It's one of his songs, where he basically it's kind of a love song,
Kind
but
of.
like it's not like an Elton John love song where it's clear by the music that it's a love song.
Okay.
It just passively is a love song, you know, by the lyrics.
Yeah.
So what's the next segment then? Or can we not reveal it because we're still on stream?
Oh no. The next segment we'll do is actually talking about the show you're in,
Oh,
and then it's the end of the show.
Lovely.
I need a stretch.
Yeah.
Go for a walk.
Stretch yourself out, mate.
Oh, crikey. What are we doing in terms of food this evening? Are we getting food up
Yeah,
Bless?
Yeah.
Is that the second place?
yeah,
Free food.
I think so. Yeah.
Have you been to the Bless before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that many times. So usually when I'm doing a pub crawl, it's usually my starting place on a pub crawl. So I guess we'll start there
Yeah.
and make our way around to Friday.
You going to Flower Pot as well?
Yeah.
Good choice.
We're going to where?
Flower pot.
It's round the corner.
Oh
from the
yeah,
Bless.
yeah,
It's a
Flower
really
Pot. Yeah, of
nice
course.
pub.
Oh, we are going to Flower Pot.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're starting.
Bless Flower Pot.
No, we're starting at Bish.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Because we're just starting where we work, kind
Yeah,
of thing. So everyone knows where it is, nice and easy. Everyone has like half hour to get there. Like it's not even a hard be there.
Is this
at
a
6.
clubhouse pint?
It's a clubhouse
So
pint. It's
doesn't
whatever
work,
you
doesn't
want.
affect.
Doesn't matter. We'll go through the rules. Blah blah blah. Actually, on that topic, I need to print out one
Scorecards and
a
stuff.
scorecard per team. I think I'll do.
Yeah.
And then I'll have the non-alcoholic scorecard on my phone. But yeah, I also just need the loo quite badly. No, because we've not got time.
We're not.
Not
Right,
got
is it
time
just
for
this
what?
one song and
Yeah.
then we're back on?
Back on in one song. Oh, I'll also pull up the questions.
Yeah, Bullet Train's quite good.
Huh?
Bullet Train's quite good.
You definitely should watch it. I think you'd really enjoy it.
I know my parents watched it, and I probably walked past them a few times because when a new film comes out, they normally watch it quite a lot, and so I think I do remember them watching it, and I just went past them and just looked, oh, it's Brad Pitt. Anyway, I went back into my room.
Yeah. My mum quite likes Brad Pitt, but she didn't watch it because it's like she just didn't think it would be her cup of tea. I don't
Very
think it
much
would have been.
So-
in the same vein, I really like Knives Out. If you want to see a
Love
film that is
Knives Out.
ridiculous and you're just like, oh, you were serious actors, do this. I love
Yeah.
that film
I
so
love
much.
Knives Out.
Oh, Knives
I thought
Out.
and Glass Onion was really good as well.
Yeah.
I thought.
Yeah,
because they are ridiculous.
we're on in 10.
9, 8. Wait, never mind.
5, 4, 3, 2. From Kettleston Road. Thank you very much for joining in there. But welcome back to the show. We are on the final segment, I think, probably, of Film Talk today. My name is Owen. I'm joined by Owen and Oscar and Ethan. Hello,
Thank you
everyone.
for saying my name first.
You're welcome. So we've not just got Owen and Oscar on for no reason. We have got them on for a bit of shameless promotion. So you two are going to be in a play this weekend. Is there a more professional version of play,
No, I wouldn't say so.
or is
no.
it just a play?
It's a play.
Okay, cool. So you're going to be in a play this weekend called Vintage Hitchcock.
That is correct.
What is it? Because I've passively heard information about it, but I have actually no idea.
Go on, Owen.
So the full name of the play is called Vintage Hitchcock, a live radio play.
Yeah.
And this play takes on Alfred Hitchcock's films from all the way from the early 1900s and to present day, but it only takes on 3 films. And am I allowed to say what the film's
Yeah,
like?
I would say so.
Yeah, please do.
I'm just being careful. So the first film it starts off with is The Lodger, then it's Sabotage and The 39 Steps.
Yeah.
And while certain actors are performing this film, it takes place in said radio station, and the way the staging is, say like on the right of the stage, that's where the story's happening, and then on the left of the stage, that's where the radio station is.
Right.
And it uses the form of live Foley, and the best way I can describe what live Foley is if you can't, for putting a film example, if you can't catch a sound on camera, they'll hire a bunch of people to go in a separate studio to make the sounds for them. Like, I'd say the best.
Yeah.
So like warhorse or horse galloping, and
usually it's like footsteps and leaves and stuff like that. Or one that's actually quite common that you wouldn't think about is when people are playing pool at a bar.
Yeah,
They
that
will have
noise is-
entirely muted. They will have specially designed pool cues and balls and everything so that they make no sound, and they put it in as Foley.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. We've got loads of things. So like for instance, like one of the most prominent ones, and probably one of like our like favorite ones, is early on. There's the sound of someone lighting a match and then throwing it into like a gas flame type thing, so that it goes up in flames. It's for like heating the room, I want to say. And basically what'll happen is one of our other course mates, Holly, she will, with a piece of wood and like a block of sandpaper, she'll do, and then I'll lean over into the other mic and I go, and then like because of the resonance of it and like the being so close to the mic, this is a different kind of mic, so it doesn't pick it up quite as fast. It really does sound like a flame has just ignited, and it's like so cool. But it's literally like little nitpicky things like that that are like all over the show. So when we're not in the scene, we're still lit up on stage at the Foley tables doing stuff. So like if you don't want to watch what's going on in the scene, you can just look over to the table and be like, oh, what's he doing? She looks like she's about to do something.
Anytime Owen's in a scene, all eyes are elsewhere.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. No, I have to admit, Owen's first character, you will not be able to take your eyes off of him. You will absolutely not because he's like sexy or anything. I mean, he is obviously, but the character is such a captivating character, and in the film, the guy was like who they cast was like deemed as like such like a beautiful person. So actually, the ending in the film is different to the ending in ours because
they decided Owen wasn't sexy enough.
Yeah, pretty much.
Thanks,
it's just,
man. Thanks.
You're welcome.
So yeah, it's an interesting one, and it's different to anything that like we've ever really done, especially with the use of live. Like we've worked with Foley before because obviously as part of our course we've learned about it, but actually being put in a position where we've got to do it 3 times in front of 3 different audiences and get it exactly the same every time whilst people are watching us do it. It's not like we're off stage so we can freak out for a second. We have to know where, so like when we finish a scene, we have to know which table we're going to, which seat we're going to, and what our next sound is. We're not allowed any like litter paper or anything, no scripts, nothing to like tell us like, oh, this is my next sound or anything. We've got to all that. So along with all the lines, I've got a bit of something flowing into my mouth. Along with all the lines, which poor Owen over here, he's got loads. We also have to all remember where we exit, when we exit, and then what our next bit is, and it's crazy.
It's a lot of miming, especially when we're talking about first character. My character holds a cane, but because I'm miming, I have to pretend I'm actually holding a cane, and someone in the Foley is holding a cane on a Foley floor.
Big up Liz.
Honest, Liz.
She is brilliant at
it. I can't even. It just looks so good. Well, from what I've been told by everyone.
He's saying it himself.
I look great in this.
I look amazing.
I do the perfect job.
Of course.
But yeah, who do you guys who do you guys play? Are you allowed to tell us this information, or is it a very closely guarded secret?
I don't think it's a closely guarded secret. I don't think we can tell you much about the characters, other than just who they are and like the tiny sort of thing. So, for instance, in the first film, The Lodger, which was, I believe, it was Hitchcock's like third feature film.
I can pull you up a list now.
It was one that like he like was like, this is like my first segue into being a proper director type thing. So in that one, I play the husband, who is called Robert Bunting, and literally that's pretty much all I am. I'm just there as the husband, and I'm just
You are a
Your
husband.
accent's pretty
and
good
it's
as
it.
well.
yeah. I've taken on for that one like a little bit of a take on the Cockney accent, which is funny that we've been talking about the Cockney accent in Bullet Train, because actually learning how to do that, I actually looked at a lot of clips from Bullet Train before I'd actually watched the film, and like listening to like Tom Hardy in Legend and in Peaky Blinders and stuff like that, like loads of just different takes on Cockney accents. And so like it's not pure Cockney, because so when I first started doing it, is I went really over the top, and our director Amanda, she was like, can you dial it down a bit? I was like, can I keep doing it over the top until I get it and then dial it back? So like I think I'm like pretty much there, so I have dialed it back quite a lot. So there's a lot of moments where it almost sounds like I'm actually not doing it, but like I am actively still doing it. It's just a little bit more subtle.
Yeah.
Because my character's fairly old. Like he's not springy and spriteful and stuff, so I've had to like drop my tone, and like the Cockney accent is still there, but it's not like as in your face as it would be for like what Tangerine is like.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So yeah.
The Lodger is the 5th film that he directed.
Fifth.
Your research is poor.
I think it's the third one that he deems as like a proper film.
Actually, no, I will correct myself here. His first film went unfinished,
Right.
and his second film, which would technically be his first finished one, he was uncredited. So it is his third credited finished film.
There we go.
You feel so happy about yourself.
Anyway, but on to your character in that first one.
Well, it's kind of hard because if I say
Don't
something...
explain too much. Tell the name and.
Well, my character is called Mr. Sleuth, and basically he arrives at this little home where Robert Bunting lives
Yeah.
with his wife, and I'm basically looking for a place to stay. And lo and behold, I give you quite a bit of money.
Yeah, and give us a lot of money so that I can, go and get my daughter.
Why you made that sound so weird?
And that's about it.
Yeah.
So Robert Bunting and Mr. Sleuth in that one. And then in the second one, which is Sabotage, which actually originally when it was released was called Woman Alone, I believe, and then it got changed to Sabotage. It was based off of the novel called The Secret Agent, but the reason why it wasn't released as The Secret Agent is because Hitchcock's previous film before that was called Secret Agent.
Yeah.
So he was like, I can't release that. So it started off as Woman Alone, I believe, and then got changed to Sabotage. And I'm not entirely sure why they changed it, but in that one, I play a Scotland Yard detective called Ted Spencer.
And I play a man who owns a cinema called Carl Anton Burlock, and I nearly did Holly's accent there.
Carl.
And then
Carl.
the third section, if I'm correct on this, is 39 steps.
It is,
Yes.
yes.
So who are you in 39 steps?
Well, I play a man called Richard Hannay, and he's a man from Canada, specifically Western Canada, and he's only just came over to England, and he starts off in a music hall, and he ends up getting wound up in a lot of trouble.
He is the main focus of the third film.
I'm in literally every single scene,
Yes.
and I do not get a break.
I've literally just pulled up the IMDb of I've had Hitchcock up for a while. But 39 Steps, he's the top billed cast, like the actor who played.
His name's Robert
Donat.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
He was in Sabotage as well, wasn't he?
Potentially.
He appeared in it a little bit.
No, it was from what I remember, Hitchcock wanted a specific actor from Sabotage to play Richard Hannay, but they couldn't get him, so he used this guy instead.
He also rewrote a lot of the script because the script that he'd originally written for the guy who he wanted just didn't suit the guy who they actually got, Robert. So as they went along, they actually like rewrote loads of bits, and there's this whole sequence to do with them, him and the leading lady in that being like handcuffed together, and like some really interesting things that I saw about that was when they were doing the film. Hitchcock actually handcuffed them together and pretended to lose the key for hours just to get them in the headspace that they needed to be in.
Good bit.
That's very
I
much.
love that.
Because I don't know loads about him as a director, but I've seen a couple of documentaries and I've watched a lot of his films. That's very much something he'd do.
Yeah, like for sure.
He could not be a director like now. You know what I mean? There were lots of things he was doing that he'd definitely be in trouble for now. Like,
for sure.
No, it's just two members of the cast. They'll be fine. You can't just attach them together and leave. They'll be fine. They'll live. It'll be fine.
Yeah, no, genuinely. So he's Richard Hannay in that one, and that's his only. So Owen doesn't do a lot of multi-rolling in the show. So in the first one, you've got Mr. Sleuth. In the second one, he's Verloc, and that's it. And then in the third one, he is Richard Hannay, and that's it. My first two, I'm Robert, and that's it. In the second one, I'm Ted, and that's it. But in the third one, I do a little bit of multi-rolling, not as much as what some of the other people like. We've got some people who were playing like 15 odd characters.
No thanks.
So in the third one, I play the announcer. So the announcer is kind of like a bridge between our world and the world of like the scene type thing. So basically, the announcer's in the radio station, which is obviously fake, but also like it's meant to be contemporary. It's meant to be a part of our world. And he kind of obviously like explains the story, and for some reason in the third one he's a lot less present than he is in the other two, because I think it's just like, okay, let's just get this one going, and because there's a lot of action to pack into it, which is why so the third film is the entirety of Act 2, whereas the other two are part of Act 1. So I'm the announcer, and that's kind of just like a well-spoken interpretation of ourselves. So there's three of us. There's me, Holly, and Leanne. We all play the announcer at three different points. So there's that, and then I play for literally 2 lines a character called the Ticket Merchant, and it is my only time that I was able to squeeze in doing a Scottish accent, because so many other of my cast members have to do like a Scottish accent at certain places, and like I am the one person in the class, like Holly's is pretty good, like I'm the one person in the class that like had constantly been doing a Scottish accent for ages, so I really wanted to have an excuse for one, and I just never found it. And then I was like, Ticket Merchant, got 2 lines, and I just about squeezed it in. Almost got taken off of me, but I managed to justify why I'd made him Scottish. So Amanda was like, okay.
It was a very good argument as well.
Was it just I felt left out?
No, so basically it was, I did it, and Amanda was like, don't think I like the Scottish. Why are you doing that? Like, let's not do it. And then I was like, well, hang on. Why? And she was like, well, because you're in England, like you're not from Scotland. And I said, right, but there's 2 characters that are played by Tegan and Leanne that are in Scotland, and Amanda said to them not to bother doing a Scottish accent because they couldn't quite work it out. And they went, it's fine, just because you're in Scotland doesn't mean that you live in Scotland. You could be English and be in Scotland. And then like 2 days later she was like, yeah, but you're in England, you're not from Scotland. And I wasn't, well, just because I live in English doesn't mean I'm not Scottish.
Yeah.
And she was like, touche. I was like, yes.
So you basically argued that the character has like moved across the country and some weird backstory it doesn't need.
Yeah, pretty much. And then so I've got that announcer, and then my main one in that is called Professor Bartlett, and that's my favourite character in the whole show. I have one scene, quite a good chunk of lines. It's between myself and Owen, and that honestly, that scene will absolutely have anybody just hanging on the edge of their seats like throughout the whole thing. Like our take on this whole thing and the voice that I've had to come up with for it. Think like evil Sean Connery.
Okay, yeah.
Right? It's really like that, and it just adds to the suspense that builds throughout that scene. It's brilliant. And then I've got a couple of like ad-libby roles where like we've just got to like be people in the crowd and stuff. So like I've got one of my characters has a recurring motif where I ask how old Mae West is, just like at random points and stuff like that. It's just this one geezer who's like, how old is Mae West? Do you know?
Yeah.
It's got no reason to be in there other than the fact that it was a recurring motif in the film. But yeah, so and
it was quite funny in the film though. Just he slowly gets irritated.
Well, that's the whole point. But yeah, so it's an interesting one because it's a small cast where there's quite a lot of roles actually to be shared. But the play is written obviously to be done on radio. It's
Yeah.
not meant to be done on stage. Well, you can do it on stage, but it's meant to be done like in a studio. And it says in the script that it can be played by either 2 to like 20 people. So like you
Yeah.
can literally have 2 people in the studio, one voice in the male characters, one voice in the female, and you just do a different voice for them all.
Yeah.
And that I think would become really confusing. But that's why this has worked so well, because there's 8 of us in the cast.
Yeah.
Something like that. So like we've got enough people to go, right, okay, you've got 5 characters, you've got 5 characters, you've got 7 characters, whatever
Yeah.
type thing. So yeah, it's been an interesting
I'm
one.
just really sad I don't get to do a lot of Foley. Because I'm playing character who was
Yeah.
always talking, and then I think I only have one Foley sound.
What throughout the whole thing?
Yeah.
What's it? What is that?
It's I have to do some knife sharpening.
Oh
Ooh.
yeah.
So-
Is that the only one you do?
Yeah. So you'll see the excitement on my face the moment
When
I
you
get
go-
to do it. I'm literally looking at the scene like,
Imagine you mess that one up.
I would cry.
on stage.
Honestly, the one that gets me is there's a whole sequence where Owen's character's got to be like making a set of drinks, and I picture it as like a small glass of whiskey, right? And it's like a typical bottle where when you pull it, it would make a popping sound.
Yeah.
So I've got one of those bottles, so I have to go really close to the mic, and I have to watch Owen for when he pops it to make sure that it's the same.
Yeah.
And then he picks up the glass and he pours it in, and so I've got to get the glasses really close to the mic without bumping into it, so that they can hear the sound of the water. And it's so nitpicky.
I can remember getting frustrated
Honestly,
about
it's a
this
good
as
thing
well.
you're a bartender, so you have the good aim to get the liquid in.
Yeah, just about, honestly.
Like-
although I think I did specifically request like an actual jug to make it a bit easier.
Yeah.
Just because if I'm watching Owen and not what I'm doing, I could spill, and it's not worth
Yeah.
that risk of
No, it's
like
not.
spilling whilst we're on stage. So it just makes it just that little bit easier. But I do think it takes away from the sound a little bit. So we're going to
Yeah.
need to have a little look at that this week, I
Yeah.
think, because obviously we're in production week now.
Yeah.
I know, I can't. That has gone so fast.
Crazy.
And
When
it's-
did you guys start working on it then? Like,
Officially, we started working on it literally at the start of this year. We had Wednesday morning sessions where we would go in literally for like 3 hours just to figure out how we were doing all of the sounds.
There
So
are
it was-
so many as well. I can't. It's like over hundreds.
We've got like nearly 200 different sound effect cues. Yeah.
And it's like a 2-hour show as well.
Yeah.
But it's a very exciting 2-hour show.
Yeah,
So please
yeah,
do.
it's worth your time and your money.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah. I'll be trying to pop down on Friday
Trying.
midday
lovely.
kind of time. When are the rest of your shows?
Go on.
Rest of my shows. Well, it's on Friday and Saturday. What? Why are you laughing at me? What's wrong?
The rest of my shows, he says.
My shows.
Rest of my show. Right, I know that you're the main character with pretty much the whole thing, but come on, at least share it with
it
the
was the
rest
fact
of
that
us.
we made eye contact. I was like, I can't now.
I looked at you both like, why are you laughing at me? Did I say something wrong? Alright. Anyway,
So-
my show, all about me.
Yeah.
So, no. Well, there's 2 shows on this coming Friday, and it will be. I can't remember the specific times. It's in the afternoon at
There's-
2:30,
2:30.
and then evening show at 7:30,
That is correct.
and then on Saturday it will be just on an evening show at 7:30 again.
Nice.
So we've got 3 shows, 1 matinee, 2 evenings.
Yeah.
Lovely.
If people want to find out more information, where can they get that from you guys then?
They can either go onto the Derby Theatre Arts Instagram page or Facebook, or you can go onto the Derby Theatre website, as well as looking out for paid advertisements on your social media. So when you're scrolling through your Instagram stories and stuff, keep an eye out for anything to do with vintage Hitchcock. It'll be a red screen with a silhouette of Alfred Hitchcock.
Yeah.
For those of you curious of the website to find tickets and more information at, you can find that at derbytheatre.co.uk/event/Hitchcock a live radio play. But that's a bit much to like all type in. So maybe just go derbytheatre.co.uk
And then look it up.
Look it up through there. But yeah, that is the end of our show today.
Wow.
Thank you very much for coming on, you two. It's been wonderful having you.
Thank you very much.
Come again.
Exactly.
But
Maybe watch the film if you're gonna do that.
yeah,
I will watch the film next time.
Don't be
Good,
neglecting
good.
your homework.
but
I
yeah.
just won't watch the film next time. Ongoing joke. probably.
Break a leg with your performance.
Thank you.
Hope all of your paperwork that you have to do on the side also goes through wonderfully.
I hope so.
And without further ado, here is a bit of Panic at the Disco. This is Victorious. There's the play button there. Goodbye. Bye, stream.
Bye, stream. Thanks for having us.
I hope you all have a wonderful time. Bye-bye.